Good evening and welcome to Weekend Update. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. Today is Saturday, February 7th, 2026. And yeah, it's amazingly nice, warm weather we're having here, Gilpin County, Colorado. It's like, it actually, it feels like springtime, especially yesterday when we got into the low 50s up here. And up here at like 9,000 feet of elevation, yeah, it's pretty bad as far as having a non-winter this year. It's like bad news, man. I think it's really bad news. This beautiful weather we're having. I'm not complaining about the weather, but yeah, I mean, we've had the warmest, driest winter I've ever seen up here. It's just, I think it's happening throughout most of the western United States. It's pretty much from the Rocky Mountains westward, and yeah, everybody's just not getting no rain or snow, and it's all hitting the East Coast. It's just the weather's up on its ear, man. They're getting snow in Florida. Man, it's really sad what's going on with the weather, man. Like, I was watching a video recently where like a bunch of people are finding frozen iguanas in Florida because it's so cold that it's really sad. I think a lot of animals that are tropical animals down in Florida have died in this recent cold snap they've had. And here in the West, it's just way above average weather. No snow, nothing. I think it's going to be really bad for the future. I mean, they're talking about, the Colorado River, system, and like a lot of it is it's already at, 25%. Like Lake Powell right now is sitting at 25%. There's no snow falling here. If we don't have a hell of a late winter, early spring, then could be really, really bad news for those people in the desert Southwest, and from basically anywhere from Colorado to California. The dams could all just dry up. It seemed, it happened real fast. So yeah, not good on that front. The drought here in the West, like it's really remarkable. I mean, I've never seen nothing like it. I mean, I've spent a lot of winters here in Colorado. I've never seen it this dry and warm. I mean, it's great for me, man, for my energy bills and stuff. I'm not using as much firewood as I probably would if it was a normal winter. But yeah, I mean, we haven't even had a one cold front that has dropped the temperature below zero this year. I think the coldest I got here so far this year has been right at zero. And normally we get at least 2 or 3 cold snaps that are like 10 to 20 degrees below zero. And then we haven't had any of that this year. So yeah, not looking too good for a drought this summer. And yeah, not to mention the fire danger that's going to, and we've had a lot of wind. So holy shit, it's bone dry out there, man. As one friend of mine likes to say, it's drier than a popcorn fart. Oh yeah, that's pretty damn dry. So yeah, that's my little rant on the weather right now. But we're just hoping, man. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We got like Tuesday and Wednesday. There's a little snow in the forecast, but not much. They're forecasting maybe an inch and a half of snow for this area. And that's not going to help. I mean, then the wind comes and just dries it right. I mean, usually by now I got a pretty big snowpack in my yard, and especially on like the south side of the yard because the wind blows from the north and makes a big snow drift against the fence. No, we don't have no snow, very little snow drift over there this year. So yeah, it's fucked up. We need some moisture. But you know, you guys know how I feel about the weather, man. Let's just say it ain't natural. What's going on? Weather is fucking ridiculously flipped upside down, you know. And, but that's the great thing about weather control, you know. It's easy for the government to deny it, or whoever's doing it to deny it, and then, you know, the average stupid person will call you crazy. Why are you so obsessed with what's going on with the weather and on the planes flying in the sky? I don't want to hear it. Just shut up. You know, that's what you get from most people. It's really bizarro, man. You know, we see the planes are out there every single day, you know, but they're too busy looking at their phones, man. That's the problem. That's why the reason why they, you know, the cell phone exists. So that everybody's looking at their phone and not paying attention to the real world around them. Like Campbell from Autodidactic says, you know, they're living in the 2D world and they're ignoring the 3D world around them. That's what most people are, man. You know, it's amazing the fucking what it's all become, man. God damn, I can't believe it. How stupid people are. And if you try to enlighten them, they get all upset. So it's there's no use in trying to talk to people. You know, if people don't get it by now, they're never going to. That's for damn sure. So yeah, it's bad news, man. Bad news bears. Oh man, I would not want to be a young person today and having to start a life in this fucking world and hope to have a future. You know, I've done giving up on the future for myself. And, you know, I just live my life on a shoestring, basically. You know, there's no stability. There's no guarantees. You know, I really, yeah, I'm pretty crazy the way I live my life, man, you know. But I just put it all in the hands of a higher source, basically. Have faith in a higher source and just trust that, you know, I'll be able to keep feeding my dog. That's all I care about, man. Just got to feed that dog twice a day because he's not happy if he don't get fed. But since I've had him, he's never not been fed. But I imagine if he didn't get fed, he would be highly upset. Yeah. That's the only thing that keeps me going in life, man. I gotta feed my dog. And just I trust in the Lord, or not. I say the Lord, the higher source, something, you know, that's bigger than me. And you know, ever since I did that, I've been doing okay. And, you know, there was a couple years there where I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, man. It's just. There was some times there where I was like, man, I'm coming to the end of my rope here, and then something finally happens, and I'm able to pull myself back up. You know, but they're like 23, 24, those years, man. God, I couldn't find work. It was, oh man, I was sweating it big time. The 25 was a better year for me. You know, so far 26. You know, because I found one person that keeps me busy all the time, you know, and I thank God for that, you know, because, you know, when I finish working for that guy, you know, I'll be right back out in it, man, you know, trying to survive in a world that's very, very tight, you know. You're looking, trying to find work, and there's just nothing, there's just no opportunities around, and like whatever opportunities I did try to find, I never heard back from the people, you know. So It got pretty bad there for a while, but I'm sure it's only going to get worse in the future. So you think that was bad? Wait till we hit 2030 if you make it that far. Yeah, what the fuck's going on, man? A lot of shit going on. Everybody's talking about the you know what files. Dare I say it? Jeffrey Epstein. Everybody's talking about that shit today these days. Man, some nasty shit. Nasty shit I've seen about it. What little bit of it I've seen, you know, I guess they released 3 million files. That's unbelievable. 3 million files. But I guess each file is like somebody's story or whatever. I don't know, but that's a number that, you know, is so huge. I mean, most people can't comprehend what 3 million is, let alone 3 billion or trillion. But yeah, released you couldn't read 3 million files in your whole lifetime. I don't think one person would be able to read 3 million files in their lifetime. No, I don't think it's possible. But you know, the files that I've seen, the very few, you know, but I've only looked at a few different things that people have put out, and like, it's crazy, man. They're out talking about all this shit, and like the ones I've seen, all the names are redacted. Oh my God! I mean, no, some of them aren't, but most of them it says this. So whoever his name was, and then it's all blacked out, you know, and then he did this and this and this, and then it says his name again, and it's blacked out, and he did, and this happened, and then the name is blacked out again. You know, is that really releasing? You know, that's bullshit, man. It's worthless. You know, why release? You know, that's what they do, though, man. That's what these fucking assholes do, man. Okay, we'll release it, but we're gonna redact every fucking name. It's unbelievable, man. It's just ridiculous and childish, really. But that's how they are, man. They're very childish. All their rules are like little third grade schoolyard rules, really. Think about it. It's meant to fuck you and protect them. It's very childish. Very childish, very childish. You know, I find their tactics extremely childish. You know, we're all mature adults here. Why do we got to use childish terms? And if you don't stand on one leg and rub your belly and pat your head, it doesn't count. It's ridiculous, man. We live in a world of insanity and ridiculosity. That's why I had my last live stream was called The Ridiculosity Factor. Yeah, I missed the ridiculosity factor. I named that one after the O'Reilly Factor. Remember that show on Fox News? The O'Reilly Factor. The spin stops here. And I guess old O'Reilly got in trouble for doing some naughty shit himself. He was, I think he got fired for sexual misconduct or something. He was using his power to get what he wanted with certain women, I guess, or maybe men. I don't know. There's a lot of that. Like people like Ellen, and they seem like really nice people in front of the camera, but man, they are fucking weird, demonic psychopaths from hell. Literally from hell. I'm not just saying that in jest. Fuck yeah. That's what's going on, man. And nobody's doing nothing. What names are being exposed in the Epstein files? nothing's happened. Nothing has happened to any of these people. I'm just like, well, they're just allegations. There's no substantiation of any of these allegations, and this is what I've been hearing, man. I don't know what you guys have heard, but yep, I'm wearing my wrist guard, man. My wrist. It's iffy. It's been bothering me for months now. Months, and ever since probably September, it started to bother me, and it just won't heal, man. It's gotten a little better, man. So I'm trying to wear this brace on it. I got other braces. Yeah, I fractured my wrist when I was a kid skateboarding, and yeah, it was fine for most of my life, and then now just recently, I think when I was chopping a lot of wood in the early fall. I think I re-injured it swinging an axe over and over and over and over. I love chopping wood, man. Hopefully I'll be able to do more of that. But I was able to get a mechanical wood splitter. So, but it's just a little one, man, but it's pretty powerful. It's supposed to be able to chop up to a 10-inch log or split it, but I think it'll split up to like bigger than that. I think I'll split at least a 12-inch log on it because I like to push the limitations. But yeah, okay. Where are all my people tonight? All two of them are here. I got some people, and I can count them on one hand. But yeah, they haven't. It's been live stream's been pretty slacking lately. But it doesn't matter, man. I still enjoy doing a live stream once a week. Fuck it. Yeah, if nobody watches, I don't give a fuck. But what else is going on? I know there's other shit going on. There's all kinds of shit going on. I get on here and I start talking and I can't remember what I was going to talk about. I know I was going to talk about the drought in the Western United States and the Epstein files and all the fiasco around. It's all a big distraction, man. Oh, yeah, a little bit about the ICE shit going on. There wasn't much news about ICE this week. Not too much. I think there was another person killed by ICE in Minnesota. So that's at least 3 people they've killed in Minnesota now. And yeah, it's pretty insane, the whole situation. I was driving through Boulder the other day, like about a week ago or so, and like there was a big parade of people. There was like an ICE protest going on down there. But I just happened to get caught behind it as they were going up Broadway, crossing Canyon Boulevard. It was but they were very, very orderly. Protests in Boulder are very orderly, man. People are very polite. I'll tell you that. One thing about Boulder, it's the most polite place in the fucking world. Yeah, people are very polite in Boulder. I'll give them that. No, there's some. I don't know. There's all different kinds of people in Boulder. Just like any other place, but it tends to be more the conservative. No, not conservative. Liberal. What am I saying? Conservative. No, Boulder is known as a very liberal city. It's like kind of like California used to be known as a very liberal state. So it's like California. It's a lot like California, Boulder. They call it the People's Republic of Boulder. I don't know why. Even though there's no Republicans there, it's just the People's Republic of Boulder. the beautiful people. The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful people in Boulder. A lot of beautiful, athletic. Everybody's happy. It's a weird place, man. Everybody's happy, smiling, jogging down the street, like, riding their bicycles, and they all got their headphones in, and they're drinking lots of water and eating granola. No, I don't think they eat much granola anymore. Those days are gone. I don't know what they eat now. They eat at the ramen shop. So it's an interesting place, man. It's not real, though. That's what they say. Boulder is 50 square miles surrounded by reality. It's not a real place at all. It's got a great economy, man. Boulder's got a great fucking economy. You know why? There's a lot of government money there. There's a lot of government agencies there with people that make ridiculous salaries to do shite for these government agencies. And it's got the college, CU Boulder, which is very popular. And those professors get paid real well. Most of them are homosexuals. They love them some homosexual professors in CU. The liberal homosexuals. That's what they hire for professors. I've done some work for some of them, man. Nothing worse than we're doing work for a wealthy homosexual. I'll tell you that right now. Those are the worst, pickiest, fucking pettiest fucking people in the world, man. I'll refuse to work for them anymore, man. They act all nice, right? Everybody does, right? They act all nice, right? And then as soon as they see one little thing they don't like, they start fucking freaking out. And then, you fix that problem, and they're nice again. And then they find something else to freak out about. Yeah, that's how wealthy homosexuals are. Just being honest here. I'm just saying. I know this from experience. Okay. I hadn't, I wish I wouldn't. I should have quit the job to begin with, but I needed the money, I needed the income. I needed the work. So I was forced to keep my job and work for these people. No, it was not a pleasant experience. I don't have nothing against homosexual people, and I just don't like being around them. But no, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of homosexual people out there that are nice people. Yeah, I don't really give a damn about, but they just make me feel uncomfortable. I'm just being honest, man. Is that so wrong? No, yes, that is wrong in today's day and age. You're a freaking freak if homosexuals make you uncomfortable. Well, I'm a freak then. I can't help myself. I just don't feel comfortable around homosexuals, and sometimes I have to deal with them. Mostly they're mostly very nice, polite people. None of them have ever tried to, make a sexual advancement towards me or anything. Not overtly, anyways. I don't know. Not since I was a kid in Hollywood. And then the homosexuals were all over me, man. God damn. And they were fucking disgusting. Ugh. They weren't all over me, but they were, they were trying to entice me into their fucking weird world or whatever. I don't know. It was fucking weird. It's weird growing up in Hollywood, California as a teenager. I'll tell you that much. Back in when I was yeah, fuck yeah. Got shit for viewers tonight. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's here. Haven't had one comment. Hey, we finally got a comment. You saw the iguanas freezing in Florida thing. That's sad as hell, isn't it? God damn, that makes me want to fucking cry. Because I know it's not real, man. I know the weather is being fucking manipulated and controlled. Florida doesn't get that fucking cold, man. It's not natural. And it's sad because all these tropical animals die because cunts have to control the weather. There, I said it. But how are things down under, Mr. Rotman? The summer winding down there. And our winter's winding down up here, man. It's just like the time is going by so fast. It's already February 7th. It's already February 8th in Australia. Man, it's like I get older and older, and time just keeps speeding up. It's just like years are seeming like weeks. Robin says the Florida government has been calling for a cull on iguanas, and now they got it by freezing that area. But is that the only animal that's freezing, you know? I'm sure there's other animals besides the iguanas that are freezing, that are susceptible to freaking 0 degree. I mean, that's how cold it got in Florida, like down into the single digits, which is really, really cold. For those of you that don't understand Fahrenheit, you're like in the Celsius, like 5 degrees Fahrenheit is like negative 25 Celsius. It's like 25 degrees below freezing. So that's the one thing that's hard to understand about our temperature, or, you know, thermometer system here with Fahrenheit. Why do they do that, though? Some people say they purposely made the thermometer the way it is to make the thawing point of water at 33 degrees. You see, the freezing point of water is 32, but water becomes liquid at 33 degrees, like a 33-degree Freemason. That's why some people say that's why they based the fucking thermometer on. Our whole temperature system is based on Freemasonry. I don't know. Is that true that the Florida government has been calling for a cull on iguanas? I know they've been trying to wipe out some snake that's fucking destroying the whole state. I think it's the python or something. One of those kind of constrictors, but it's like it's gotten way out of control in Florida. Maybe they could freeze some of them fuckers out, but it's going to kill all the other animals that are susceptible to cold weather in Florida. They live in Florida because they can live year round without freezing. And then we have this fucking cold ass fucking shite fucking polar vortex, they call it. You know, that's a cover for fucking weather fucking control, man. So they're freezing the East Coast and the South, and they're drying out the West, man. I mean, it's so fucking dry here. It's ridiculous, man. It's like the wind blows and it just keeps making it drier and drier and drier, and there's no snow. You know, when it does snow, the wind just dries it right out, like instantly. Yeah, it's bad news for the Western U.S., man. This winter, it's really bad news. I think the Colorado River is gonna fucking run dry. That's what people are saying, man. There's no snow to fill it up. There's no fucking snow to fill it up. and all the crap they're spraying in the sky, it just causes the snow to evaporate. It doesn't even melt into water. It just evaporates into gas and disappears into the atmosphere. We got a hot morning, but still noticing chemtrails coming from over to fuck up my. Yeah, me too. You know, it was a beautiful morning here today, and then they just blotted out the sky as usual, or a good chunk of it. We got a little bit of more sun in the afternoon, but yeah, you know, it's just so. When you know what's going on, you know, and then you see all the people around you are just oblivious and they don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna look at my phone. I have no idea what's really going on around them, and they're just stuck in their little digital world. It's insane. Beat Burbank. Fuck yeah. Dude, I'm a Burbanker myself, man. I was born in Burbank. I was just looking at my cousin Brian Duffield. I just can't find much. I don't use Facebook, so I can't look nothing up on Facebook. But yeah, he's got a little obituary on the internet. He died in 2010. I thought it was 2012, but it was 2010. He was 48 years old. She wanted to go to Burbank High. Yeah, the Bulldogs. Burbank High is a cool looking school, man. It was a beautiful school back in the day. Yeah, it was a great place to grow up, man. Burbank was really cool when I was a kid. Had Joe on my last stream. We were doing movie and TV show review. Yeah, what were you talking about? There's a Burroughs obituary page for sure. Yeah, I was look up Burbank High School. Brian Duffield, his obituary is in there. He was an avid musician, drummer. I don't know if they mentioned that he played on the football team. But yeah, he was working at UCLA and shit when he died. Mexifornian. Yeah. It's always been going that way my whole life. Because I grew up in the Valley, you know, and I was born in Burbank, grew up in the San Fernando Valley, moved around a lot when I was a kid, you know. So I fucking lived in like Burbank, North Hollywood, Sherman Oaks, Canoga Park. We moved around a lot in that shithole called the San Fernando Valley. I mean, it was cool. I thought it was really cool back in the 70s and 80s. Now it's just fucking. We were talking Star Wars a bit and how fucked it became. Right? Why didn't they just leave it the way it was, man? Why couldn't they just leave Star Wars alone? They have to keep doing more and more Star Wars movies. Fuck it. You know, to me, there's only like 3 Star Wars movies that really count. Those are the first 3. And Star Trek. Yeah. Star Trek. I used to love Star Trek when I was a kid, man. Yeah. That's all we had. That's all we had in the 80s and 90s. At least in the 70s and 80s. And in the 80s, it was all reruns. In the 70s, mostly they only did like 4 or 5 seasons of Star Trek in like the late 60s or something. And now everything else is just reruns. Auditory Odyssey. I remember that place. Oh, go in there and fucking buy a bong when I was like 14 years old. They would sell it to me. It was like a record store head shop. Yeah, I went in there and I bought a bong when I was 14 years old. And they didn't even fucking question it. They just sold it to me. It's gone. I'm sure it's gone. Oh, the memories. Yeah, they had one in Burbank, I think, and they had one in North Hollywood too, I think. Or somewhere, maybe Van Nuys, somewhere over in the valley. Yeah. Memories of the valley. It was great times, man. It was a whole different world back in them days. I miss that world, man. North Hollywood, yeah. North Hollywood, that's right. Probably over there by the Valley Plaza. Remember that? So yeah, I lived in Sun Valley too. I lived all over the valley. Pretty much every town in the valley I lived in for a while. Lancashire. Lancashire. That's how the Mexicans say it. Lancashire. Lancashire. And God, it's been so long. I was looking on Google Earth recently at the valley. It's pretty cool what you can do with Google Earth. You can like see all the old places you used to go, like places you used to live, and how it's changed now. It's all different. North Hollywood. It's all, man. It's just changed so much since I lived there. Like all the old apartments that I lived in are all destroyed now and rebuilt. Because I was a poor kid, man. I lived in an apartment building. We never owned a house when I was a kid. You know, I had my uncles and aunts and shit. They all owned houses, but not me. I was a poor kid that had to live in apartments, and I fucking hated it. Lancashire, baby. Yep, that goes all the way through the valley, Lancashire. From Burbank to fucking West, whatever that road, Valley Circle Drive. I said it all comes back to me when I start thinking about it. Shithole that is the San Fernando Valley. So glad I don't live there anymore, man. You know, I got a brother and sister that still live there. I don't know how the fuck they do it. I had to get out of there when I was young. Fuck this place. Burbank's still okay, I'm sure. Burbank is always a pretty nice area. For the valley, it's just like on the total far east end of the valley before you, and like then you hit Glendale, Pasadena, and those areas. They were always a little bit nicer areas. Now, Glendale's kind of, Pasadena is a pretty affluent area. Yeah, there's a lot of crappy places in Burbank. Last time I was there, haven't really been in Burbank shit. It's been a long time, since the 90s. I've been to California, but I haven't really been into Burbank. Like the last time I was in LA was 2006. 20 years ago. Glendale is nasty. And so, yeah. I used to live in an apartment like close to Glendale College, community college. It was a fun place to live. I lived there for just like a year or so. Not less, maybe even less. We moved around a lot. My mother was very unstable. It's kind of sucked growing up, man. I wish I had a more stable home life as a kid. So I had to, when you move around, you got to move to a new area and you got to meet all new kids. But in a way, that's kind of fun. But in a way, it sucks. It builds character, I think. Yeah, Burbank is clean in most part. Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, Burbank's a pretty big little town. Big little town. It pretty much goes from one side of the valley to the other, like in that section, like from like Griffith Park all the way to the Burbank Hills, and like North Hollywood to Glendale, if I recall correctly. Yep, I don't miss that place, man. As much as I love it, and it's my root, it's where I grew up. I'm glad I don't live there anymore. Even though it's clean, it's still part of the sprawling fucking industrial nightmare that is Los Angeles. It's just if you've never been to Los Angeles, man, it's kind of overwhelming how huge that city is. I mean, I think you could drive around Los Angeles your whole life and never see all of it. That's how fucking sprawling and huge that city is. I mean, I've driven around a lot of Los Angeles. I've seen most of it. You can never see every fucking little detail of Los Angeles, man. It's just too much, too big. Well, it's like I think it's the biggest city in the world. No, but it's like the second biggest city in the United States. But as far as geographical area, it's really big. But as far as population, I think there's like 10 or 12 million people there, just in the LA area. It's a lot of people. If you count the whole area from like San Diego all the way to LA, man, it's very highly populated. Burbank is clean. So you still live there, William? It's a big show business place for sure, Burbank. Most of your major studios are right there in Burbank. More studios in Burbank than Hollywood. Like between North Hollywood and Burbank border there, I think it's Vineland Avenue that separates Burbank from North Hollywood. And that's like that heads right up into Universal Studios. I remember, man, I remember that place like the back of my hand. Oh, you live in Mammoth Lakes, that's right, yeah. That must be nice. Probably pricey, man. Yeah, it's definitely got to be a real expensive place to live. Probably more expensive than where I live. And it's pretty damn expensive here. I can hardly fucking afford it, man. Like I said, I live on a fucking shoestring. Sometimes I don't know how the fuck I'm going to survive, but somehow, man, I just put it in the hands of a higher power. And then somehow I trust in a higher power, and these things happen, man. It's amazing. Yeah, you were saying you want to go back to Vegas. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Go for it, man. I'll stay the fuck away from Vegas myself. That place is fucked. As far as I'm concerned, man. I don't know why you'd want to live in Vegas, man. Dude, you don't want to go to Vegas, man. It's going to get a lot worse. The whole world is drying up out there. There ain't no snow here in Colorado to melt into the Lake Mead. I'm afraid that it's going to get super duper dry this summer. I mean, like ridiculously, catastrophically fucking dry. You know, Lake Powell's at 25% right now, and there ain't no water melting to fill it back up. Colorado's in a fucking drought from heck. Heck, I tell you. So I think it's going to be really bad. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be just catastrophizing, man. Dude, there's still 25% of the water in the lake. Maybe I'm getting bad information. You know, it's not as bad as they're making it seem. But I do know that where I live, it's fucking dry as a fucking popcorn fart. The driest I've ever seen here. Hopefully we'll get some fucking moisture this spring, man. In this late winter, early spring. And we usually get most of our moisture in March and April. So, but yeah, this year has just been way different and way like ridiculous, dry, and then the wind. Oh man, the wind is just horrendous, and it just dries out everything like unbelievable. Like, it's so dry out there, man. It's like we're in February, you know, and we're having. I think the fire danger is really, really high right now because there's no snow on the ground and everything is dry as a fucking bone. Yeah. Bone dry, as they say. And yeah, it would just take one little spark and with that wind and just, oh my God. We're talking a conflagration like the LA fires of last January. The worst fire catastrophe in the history of the world. It wouldn't be that bad here because we don't have as many people, but it would be bad for the people that are here. So yeah. Crazy. So you got to be real careful with fire around here. It's no joke. We've been hearing where it shouldn't be no fire danger out there at all, but there's no fucking snow to stop it. But yeah, well, so when are you planning on going back to Vegas? ASAP, I'm sure. But that's just. But why do you want to live in Vegas, man? Why? Just answer me that question. What's drawing you there? To get out of Mammoth. Right? The expensive. What do you do, man? If you don't mind me asking, how do you make your living? It's a natural question one might ask that would understand why you want to live in one location and not the other. I guess it doesn't really matter. but it's just, I'm curious. Oh, you're staying with a friend. So you're kind of homeless. I understand. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I know I've had a hard time in the last few years, man. Aging out. You know, if you can't find someone that's looking for help, they don't want to hire you because they're looking for someone younger. But you know what the good news is? The younger people can't fucking do it, man. They don't have the skill, and they don't want to get into it and learn the skill. They don't want to put the time in to learn how to do a trade or whatever, you know. So that's one thing a person of my maturity has over the younger generation, is that I have a pretty good skill that's, you know, is in demand. And there are and there's fewer and fewer people that are doing it. It's really weird. So that's one thing I have in my favor, is I age out of my occupation. You know, I still love doing what I do, man. But you know, I try to diversify myself into lots of different things that I can do to make a living, you know, instead of just one fucking thing. Be flexible is a good thing in today's world. So I try to do as many different things as I can, if that's all I can find to do, you know. Having the internet's a good thing, man. You can, if you don't know how to do something, you can look it up and figure it out. Do a lot of that. You know, you can figure out how to do anything, you know, as long as you have some information. But you know, back in my day, we had to just figure it out. We didn't have the internet. And so I think that's what they say about Gen X, right? Generation X. We had to live in a world, you know, pre-internet, and then we had to adapt to a world post-internet. You know what I'm saying? So like, it makes our generation a little more flexible, I think, than any other generation, because, you know, we came from the world before the internet, so we had to learn how to do things on our own. I don't know. That gives us the advantage over the younger generations, because they just don't know how to do shit except look at their fucking phones. They just want to look at their phones all day and scroll. They don't have the attention span, is what it is, man. A lot of these young people, they don't have the attention span to really learn how to do something. You know, because when we were kids, we had to develop the attention span, because we had no choice. You know, we didn't have instant gratification, so we had to pay attention. And I think the younger generations, they don't have that ability. Their attention span is just way too short. You know, they said that my generation, our attention span was short. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this younger generation is a lot better than they appear to be. They're going to have to learn one way or another. I don't know. I'm just fucking yapping. Yapping for the sake of yapping. Because, you know, it's just generalizing. Not every kid in the younger generation is like that, but most of them are. Even adults now are, you know, the smartphone has ruined the fucking world, man. They're screaming for bricklayers, roofers, truck drivers in Australia. No young people want to do these trades, so Indians are hired. Yeah, a lot. The same thing here, man. There's a lot of foreigners doing these kind of jobs, man. Immigrants, because the American people just don't want to do it, and they can't do it, and they just can't work, man. They don't. It's just not in their. That's why we have such a homeless crisis, because these people are just totally incapable of doing a job. It's crazy. But I hear that more and more. You know, people tell me all the time. It's just I hire people and they're just not worth a fuck. They just can't. They don't. They're not interested in doing the job. They just want to get paid. But that's what's up. I love doing what I do, man. I mean, I really do. You know, I'm getting a little old, but I can still do it pretty good. But I have the skills, you know. But the younger people just don't have the skills, and they don't want to learn it, and they just don't have the attention span to learn it. You know, just the most basic, you know, skills that people of my generation would just take those skills for granted. They don't. They can't fucking wrap their mind around a simple little skill like that. It's crazy. It's just, and it's not their fault, man. They've just been destroyed by. Indian truck drivers who are getting truck license without doing the 4 years time to pull rigs. So, and you're killing Aussies on the road and get away. Oh, fuck. Man, it sounds like the movie Road Warriors in a whole different level. We need Mad Max back on the Australian streets. It is almost a time for Mad Max. The Road Warrior. The world needs a road warrior right now to take care of these fucking Indian drivers, because Australians don't want to do it. So what do young people do, man? Nothing. They go on fucking government assistance. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't understand how these people survive. They bum money on the streets. Fucking sell drugs. I don't know. How do they sell drugs? Who are they selling the drugs to if no one has a job? Oh, they find people to sell drugs to. Trust me. There's always people to buy drugs. They drove 3-wheeled BMOs with no road laws. When they came here and drove giant trucks, what could go wrong? What the fuck is a BMO? I have to look that up, man. 3-wheeled BMOs, and then they come here and drive. Man, I was stuck out on the highway recently, man. It was scary. Man. The traffic just never stops, man. It's relentless. Where the fuck do all these people come from? It just never stop. Yeah. If you're ever stuck on the side of a major U.S. interstate, man, it's scary as fuck. But I wasn't just stuck on the side. I was stuck in between two fucking lanes of traffic that were going by me on both sides. Oh my God. It was the most stressful thing I've been through in a long time. But it was fine. I'm still here, right? I survived it. I thought I was gonna die there for a minute, though, for sure. On a serious tip, they're like little 3-wheeler scooter things. Ah, yes, BMOs that they drive in India. Yeah, they probably don't go very fast. They don't go 90 miles an hour. Hey, Super Dwayne. Thanks for stopping by, man. Fuck yeah. Have a drink of Brando. Brando's what fucking plants crave. Fuck yeah. Cheers. Have them in Bali too. Okay. And they have like motors on them, or are they just pulled by fucking ox? But yeah, we got ox not too far from here. There's a herd of ox. They're fucking interesting looking animals. Over in Rollinsville, they got a nice herd. They live right by the railroad tracks. Whole herd of ox. Lawnmower motors. Fuck yeah. That's all you need, man. I can build me any kind of fucking transportation vehicle with a fucking lawnmower engine. Yeah, that's funny. Check out my BMO. I have a new lawnmower engine in there. It's a brand new lawnmower engine. I ordered it off eBay. Or I ordered it on Amazon. So how fast does a BMO go? Barely faster than you can walk? It's slightly faster than a human can walk. Let's say that the average human walks like 3 miles an hour. I just found that out recently because I've been, I'm into walking. I walk my dog every morning, for 30 minutes, give or take, depending on how fast we go. But yeah, I think that's important, man. Everybody should walk 30 minutes a day, just on one solid walk for 30 minutes. It'll be great for your health. I'm telling you. I truly believe that. Walk 20 to 30 minutes every day, just straight walking, without interruption, or as little interruption as you can manage. It's really good for your health. You don't need to run. You don't need to do a lot. Just walk every single day. That's the key, is doing it every single day. I think that's what is the key. You might miss a day here and there, but you want to try to do it every single day. There's a routine. When you wake up in the morning, you go for a walk. Before you start your day, the first thing you do is go for a walk. I swear by it. We'll see how long I live. I swear. But see, you got to quit smoking weed at some point, or you will die. No, but on the other hand, you're gonna die anyways. It's gonna happen. Sorry to break the news to you, man. You're gonna die. It's on your agenda. It's on your to-do list. At some point. But no, I don't want to die. Die sounds horrible. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that could happen in life, but die? It was a George Carlin routine. Sometimes the weather is too shitty here to walk every day. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, those are the days you take off. Every day when it's nice enough to walk, you should walk 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. That's my expectation. But yeah, sometimes the weather's too shitty here too. So those are rare exceptions though. Normally I can muster a walk in pretty bad weather. Just I bundle up a little more and I can put on my goggles. If I'm walking out in a really heavy snowstorm, but that hasn't been a case in this year. It's fun to walk out in a heavy snowstorm, but it hasn't really happened much this year. 6 months a year too cold? No, bullshit. It's not too cold to go for a walk. Get the fuck out of here. What are you, a fucking puss? I'll walk out when it's fucking 0 degrees or below. You just walk faster, man, and it warms you up. I mean, people that watch my channel know. People that oh, damn. See, I gotta quit smoking. So people that have watched my channel for a long time know I used to make a lot of videos walking at like a half an hour. But you're not walking real hard when you're making it. I was walking pretty hard. And back in them days, I used to keep my dog off leash. My last dog, he was able to run off leash. I don't let Jake off leash. Jake is just too unpredictable to let him off the leash. Can't wait for spring, Super Dwayne says. Jojo, you're up there over some part of Canada, huh? But yeah, spring's fucking, it's coming so fast, dude. It's already springtime here. In Colorado, it's already springtime. I think, as far as I'm concerned, winter's over. And we didn't have much of a winter. We had maybe 2 cold fronts the whole winter that got us down into the single digits and right around 0 degrees. We never went below 0 this winter. The one thing we did have was some gnarly fucking windstorms this winter. Like, just fucking the gnarliest windstorms I've ever seen in my life. Like hurricanes. But yeah, that's the main fucking feature of this winter has been fucking windstorms. And early, like in December, November and December, we had some, and we're still having some winds, but no, it has not been like the windstorm we had, like right around the winter solstice. It was when that night of the winter solstice is when we had the gnarliest winds with it. Over 100-mile-an-hour winds. And just trees around here blew over like you wouldn't believe. I got some videos I haven't edited or uploaded, and maybe I will. I don't know. I'm just lazy about editing and uploading. I'll shoot videos, and I just say, "Oh, this is going to be great," and I just don't feel like doing it. But yeah, one of these days I'll put out those videos of the windstorm, and it was pretty intense. our power was out for like 3.5 days. You learn how to live without power. And so, yeah, you got to being a child of the 70s. I can live without power, I know how to survive through a power outage like that. It's so fun. I got a lot of battery powered shit, and they all shit that's powered off of work batteries like DeWalt and Milwaukee batteries. So I got a couple radios that one runs on DeWalt batteries and one runs on fucking Milwaukee batteries. So I always keep a bunch of batteries charged up. And I also got lights that run off of them. So I'm good for a blackout. And besides, there's nothing to do anyway. So I turn on the radio and just listen to the radio. And that gets old after a while, man. Listening to the radio sucks. It's just annoying. The shit they talk about on the radio, commercials they have, and you can find some channels that don't have very many commercials. It's not what it was when I was a kid, man. They just talk about shit that's annoying. The commercials, God. It's just like purposely trying to be annoying. Castle Freak, shalom. Welcome. Welcome to the shit show. Yeah. Jason, that's nice to see you. You guys are watching the Olympics? I watched a little bit of it today. Luckily, there was the men's downhill skiing. It was entertaining. Yeah, whatever. You see one guy go down the hill. It's only exciting when they crash. But it's like, yeah, they're beating each other by tenths of a second. So it's like once you watch one of them go down, they're all pretty much the same. Okay, well, he beat him by like 7/100ths of a second to move into first place. Like, damn. But yeah, it's impressive, those guys, I think. I've skied downhill, snowboarded. So yeah, I don't know why they don't have a downhill snowboard competition. Because this dude fucking, if they crash, they're going to die. Dude's doing 85 plus. Yeah. That's death fucking speed right there. That's the kind of speed that kills real quick. I know. I've spent 10 seasons as a lift operator in Eldora. And I've seen a lot of people die. Not seen it, but I was there when it happened. I've seen them carrying them out carrying out their dead bodies, man. That's like, damn. Because they were going too fast. And they were just out to have a fun for the day. But these guys are fucking, going 85 miles an hour down the night. One little tiny fucking mistake and it's all over with. You got Lindsey Vonn, right? Yeah, it's sad that we've seen these people die, man. But yeah, it happens, man. They're the ones that chose to do that to themselves, man. It's sad, yeah. A lot of people die skiing and snowboarding every year. It's just a fact. It's a very dangerous sport, man. And they're not the people that die, not to mention the people that are badly injured doing it. breaking bones and sometimes breaking their backs or necks. You know, a lot of, it's not a joke. Because I worked up there at Eldora Mountain for 10 seasons. So yeah, I saw a lot of shit. There was at least 1 or 2 deaths every fucking year. That's it. You know, people don't realize how dangerous it is, man. It's no joke. That's why I quit snowboarding up there. You know, I know how dangerous it is, and I know at my age, I can't afford to get injured, man. And I don't even have health insurance, for fuck's sakes. Think I can afford fucking health insurance? I had to fucking quit snowboarding at ski areas anyway, or anywhere, you know, because it's really dangerous. You can really hurt yourself, and you can not only. And I'm not worried about hurting myself. I'm worried about other people hurting me. But no, you can't hurt yourself. You know, don't want to be overconfident, you know, because you can crash and hurt yourself. It's a young man's sport. But no, if I had health insurance, I'd probably still be doing it. But you know, I've done so much snowboarding in my life. I mean, it's still an addiction. Oh yeah, hockey tomorrow at 10 a.m. I don't have a television to watch that, but I could watch the replay on YouTube. That's how I watch the Olympics, on YouTube, pretty much. It's just inundated with Olympics. You know, it's kind of amazing how much fucking data is on YouTube. Just raw fucking, goddamn. Just if you think about how much video is on YouTube, just from the past, and it's still there, and they keep adding to it every day, like cajillions and cajillions of gigabytes of data. It's mind-boggling, really. And you know, you can watch anything you can imagine on YouTube. It's like, where the fuck did they get all this data? You know, you think eventually the world's going to run out, and you know, it's a big deal about all the data centers and shit. Just keeps growing and growing and growing, and like there's just so much data stored on databases. And there's no stopping it. Every day people upload, and those videos stay up there forever. Think of that. But then, you know, AI uses those videos. See the plan here? The AI uses all the videos to train itself. It's really bizarre. It's like they're creating a whole new universe, but they're just sacrificing the world to do it. I mean, doesn't make sense. You sacrifice your whole world to create a false world. That's what it seems to me like what is happening. If you think about it, so much energy is being put into AI and shit, and just storing videos and in other forms of data for eternity. It's crazy. People don't think about that kind of shit. Like, God damn. What I mean, it's great to have access to all that information at the push of a button. I couldn't dream of something like that as a child, as a kid, you know? We didn't have that shit, dude. We had 8-track tapes, for fuck's sakes. We couldn't just type in the name of any song and listen to it like now, or watch the video or whatever, you know? You can type in pretty much anything to YouTube and it comes out. You can any fucking crazy thing you can imagine. It kind of boggles the mind. Just how much fucking data that is. And people are constantly uploading more and more and more and more every fucking second. Terabytes and terabytes of data is being uploaded to YouTube itself. Not to mention the rest of the internet. Yeah, call me a dick, but I can't stand hearing people scream, USA, USA. Yeah, that is one of the most annoying fucking things in the world right there. Glad you mentioned that, Castle Freak. I completely agree. I can see how the rest of the world would fucking hate the United States. And I can't say you blame them. Because all the people that are screaming, USA, USA, have never done a fucking thing worth a fuck in their lives. They don't have... This whole national pride bullshit, man. I used to be into it, man. Everybody was. I don't give a fuck about national pride, man. It's just, we're all humans, man. They got to divide us up into different nations and fight us against each other. That's what it's all about. USA, USA. And the United States is just the most brutal fucking killing machine on the planet. The most dominant killing force that the world has ever seen. Was that really something to be proud of? Yeah, we can go around the world and fucking destroy any military that exists if we want to. Or can you really? But that's just what most Americans believe. Yep, I agree, Castle Freak. Exceptionalism, man. If there was such a thing as that, it's fucking long dead. It doesn't exist in this version of America. Maybe it did exist in my grandfather's time, but no. Or probably never really did exist. American exceptionalism. Yes, actually, U.S. is real, is rebel. Yep, it's pretty amazing how Israel is part of the United States, pretty much. It's our 51st state, pretty much, and it keeps growing. Keeps growing and growing and growing, like a cancer on the planet. Isn't that interesting? Well, I'm sure they have. They're everywhere, the small hats. The tiny... They rule in the world. I don't know. It's amazing how they do it. It's like a cancer, man. It's a tiny bit of fucking cells that are infecting the rest of the fucking body and killing it. See, smoking weed's good. It helps me cop out all the phlegm in my lung. I truly believe that. That's a powerful thing, man. Belief. I learned that when I was a young person. Mind over matter. I've always had a strong belief in that. Your mind is very powerful, and it's over matter. What you believe in your mind is what you manifest into reality, basically, right? In a way, right? I don't know. But that's how my belief goes. You believe in your mind what you manifest to reality, obviously. Yeah. Whether that's true or not, yeah. That's what a lot of people believe. Fuck yeah. On that note, we're going to fucking wrap it up. Thanks to everybody who stopped by tonight. Always a pleasure. Always fun to do these live streams. And fuck yeah. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you guys on the next one. Love you and talk to you next week.